It is day 2, part 2 of moving all of my animals to my new zoo. We're gonna slide them on in, and that was way easier than I thought it was gonna be. The Lewisii cage is coming apart well. We're gonna go right on in, and we're just gonna continue pumping the water out for the pond. We've got my dad's trailer right there, absolutely loaded down. We also have the albino iguana cage in there. Here you go, bud. Be free in your new home. What is up, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I hope all of you are having just an absolutely amazing day. Now for today's video, it is day 2, part 2 of moving all of my animals to my new zoo. So today we're gonna focus on moving the Lewisii hybrids, my very large waterland tub where my adult Indian spotted turtles are, and then we're going to potentially be moving my rhino iguanas. Now, we weren't able to actually put the redfoots in the pen that I wanna put them in because there's a serious red ant problem in there. We're gonna have to take care of that red ant problem, but we're gonna actually take the redfoots over and set their pens up at the property today if we can get the Galapagos tortoise pen completely done. The reason being is, if you look at that pen right there, it's kind of hard to see with all the white light, but the problem is we can't take the pen down and have the Galapagos tortoise walking where the redfoot tortoises are. The reason being is we can't have the Galapagos tortoises going and sitting on the ground where the redfoot tortoises were because they could get very sick from actually ingesting the bacteria from the redfoot tortoises. So for today, we're gonna try to get pretty much everything moved. So if you guys wanna watch today's animal move, well, you're in the right place. So the very first animal that we're moving today is the Lewisii hybrids. We've got the big boy Zeno right here, and we've got Miss Zena right there. So we're gonna start with Zeno because he's the biggest. He's not gonna be too happy that he's going in a bin. In the winter times when I actually put him in the bins, he gets really mad at me, and he's mad at me for a couple days after. But I'm sorry, bud. We gotta move your home. We're gonna go to the farm now. Come here, big old boy. So with Zeno, you know, he's gonna have his nails clipped on in there, and we're just gonna take Zeno, we're gonna slide him on in, and that was way easier than I thought it was gonna be. Okay. We got the bin nice and secured for Mr. Zeno. We're gonna take him on out, and then we gotta get Miss Zena inside of her bin. Now, the reason why I don't put them together is when I was actually transporting the two of them to my house, when I first got them, Zeno actually bit her right here in the leg. It's actually on this side right here. He bit her in the leg, and she has a scar. She had to be stitched up, so we do not want a repeat of that. We do not want any iguanas missing toes, missing legs, gashes in them, so that's why we've got to put them in separate containers. We've got her bin, and now in she goes. She's just going to be nice and calm in there. Thank you, girl. Thanks for participating. Thanks for being good little dinosaurs. So now that these guys are out, we've got to take the cherry head tortoises out, and then we've got to completely disassemble these habitats. I mean, it is like noon right now, 12 p.m., and we're probably gonna be doing this till about 8 tonight. So in order to take down this entire enclosure, these things are held together by something called hose clamps, so you just kind of have them all the way around. We have them on pretty much all the corners right here, so it's super easy and simple, especially for this enclosure. We've got my dad on hardware maintenance duty. We're just gonna undrill this cage right now. We're looking good. Looking good. It should only take us roughly about, 20 minutes to take apart the entire enclosure. Nice, looking good. We've got hose clamp number 2 off. We're making some good progress. I'll take that right there and put it, that's hot, that burned. The Lewisii cage is coming apart well. We've got my dad and Cliff back on duty over there, and now, while they're doing that, I'm coming here right now. We're gonna turn the sump pump on. We've got our pump on, and we're gonna take the sump pump and we're gonna put it right in here. We're gonna go right on in, and we're just gonna continue pumping the water out for the pond again, just like we did a couple videos ago and we did yesterday in part 1. We're gonna be pumping all the water back here to this area, and once the water is pumped out, we're gonna be loading that ginormous tub onto the trailer.
1 hour later.
We have the Lewisii hybrid cage completely loaded onto the trailer, and it's actually crazy to think that this cage is so easy to break down. I wish all the cages were like this. You could just undo some clamps and off the cage goes. Oh my gosh, that's a dangerous little spike right there. I almost cut myself good on that one. But the Lewisii hybrid cage is on the trailer. Now the last thing we have to do is we've got to wait for the big pond to drain, and then we've got to load that one onto the trailer. Boys, we're putting up some good work. We have the large waterland here. It is a group effort. Okay, all right, I gotta go, guys. Oh my gosh, guys, look at Cliff and my dad and George. They're doing good work. They said they didn't want my help. They told me to just film it. This is the Galapagos tortoise winter home, now redfoot home. You guys have done great work. All right, I'll open the gate. I'll open the gate. This is not an easy task. It is starting to just absolutely pour out. As you can see on the ground, it's starting to just rain, and we've got to get loaded up as soon as possible. Oh my gosh, guys, you're putting in good work. Slide, slide, slide. We got the tortoise home up on there. Good stuff, good stuff. And obviously, like I was saying, it is about to pour. We're about to have just an absolute mini hurricane here coming from that way on. We got water on the lens, guys. Guys, I gotta go. We gotta load up before it rains. We've got our bricks loaded. We have our water turtles, the big Indian spotteds over there. We've got my dad's trailer right there, absolutely loaded down. We also have the albino iguana cage in there. The Cuban iguanas are in there. Oh, hey. I mean, this trailer right here is just absolutely loaded down. So this is all the panels for the Lewis-I hybrid enclosure. And guys, I got an idea. What I'm thinking of actually doing is I'm thinking of taking some Rust-Oleum black spray paint and spray painting this entire cage black. It's gonna get rid of some of the rust. It's just gonna look a whole lot nicer. Those are some of the little updates we're gonna be doing down at the farm. We have our former Galapagos winter home, now Redfoot winter home slash Cuban old man Joe. He's gonna be living in there with them. And we have our big nasty Waterland tub. I mean, guys, look at all that black sludge water. This sludge water is gonna be splishing and splashing around. But anyways, we are going to hop in the car and head down to the property where we're going to unload all this junk. All right, guys, we're down at the zoo now. We're unloading the big Waterland tub, and we're gonna be putting the Waterland right next to the medium, and eventually I'm gonna get more tubs, so we're just gonna literally have an entire row of Waterland tubs. We're looking good. Guys, I need to help them out, so we gotta put the camera down. I'll be back with all of you once the pond is in place. So now we gotta check the level on the Waterland tub. If the level on the Waterland tub is high enough, well, we're gonna add the water turtles that are in that cooler right there in here, and oh yeah, look at that. So the tub is looking good. We got some nice, clear, clean water. Now, I've decided to do without any plants in here. Reason being is when you go to drain the ponds, the plants get actually like caught up in the drain. So we're not gonna do any plants, and I couldn't get all of like the dirt and sand out, but honestly, if we got all of it out, the turtles are just gonna come up here and they're just gonna drag some back in. So there's always gonna be kind of like a little layer of sand, but overall the water is crystal clear. So now, we're gonna grab these turtles and put them in the pond. We got our water turtles inside of the cooler. They've been good kids, they've been patient. They're now ready to go in the new pond. Now we're gonna go with the male first. Hi there, big guy. Look at this big, beautiful turtle right here. Good looking turtle. We're gonna dip his shell in. You can see his full colors right there. Here you go, bud. Be free in your new home. So what I'm gonna be doing with these guys is, with these turtles here, I've actually got an even bigger pond. This is probably about 400, 500 gallons. I'm gonna be getting about a 700-gallon stock tank that's actually over at my grandma's. You guys remember we actually surprised her with this turtle, but we actually brought it back to the house because it was breeding season, so he's been back at the house. But we're gonna be bringing that pond over here for both of these, and we'll probably put the albino pink bellies in this large pond because they're gonna get pretty big, so that's what's gonna be their home when we move them. But for now, these guys gotta go back in. We got the female in here. Now he's been chasing her around a lot, trying to breed her, so hopefully he'll be good to her. Hopefully I won't have to separate them. Look at these turtles, they're enjoying their home and living life. And now we are setting up the Lewis-I hybrids. I'm putting the Lewis-I hybrids right next to the Cuban, so it's gonna be cool to actually have one species of rock iguana from one island right next to another species from another island. We've got my dad and Cliff on panel duty. We're gonna put the feeder right there. Looking good, guys, looking good. Look at that, guys. We've got the Lewis-I cage is coming along. It's looking good, and like I was saying, we're gonna spray paint this black in the coming weeks. My dad on wood duty, my mom on supervising duty. Oh yeah. The cage is entirely put together, and we are finishing once again at sunset. We've got the male in here. He's not gonna want to be my friend for a couple of days because I've put him inside of a box all day. It's kind of like a timeout for him. He's not gonna be happy. You're gonna see once I open it up, he's gonna bolt in there. He's gonna be one angry lizard. Now we gotta see which way his head is positioned. We want to position his head that way. We don't want him running loose on the property. We're gonna position it. Okay, he's in the perfect spot. All right, we're just gonna go in here just like this, just as I've done before. We're gonna close the door. Come on, out, out, out you go, bud. Oh wow, he's mad. Look at him. Look at him. Go, 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 bud. Woo! Zeno's in. I repeat, Zeno has made it in. We're just gonna fall on back just like that. Slide in. Now that Zeno's in, we have to add Xena in as well. We're just gonna open up. We don't want Zeno to bolt out. This is a new environment. It's gonna take some time for him to get used to it. He's kind of coming this way. Zeno. Oh, I'm back, boy. Woo! Okay, door, shut the door. Woo! Woo! Guys. Oh my gosh, we almost had an escapee. She did like a total 180. She ran out and then turned around. We had to immediately shut the door with the bin. Guys, if we would have been dealing with an escape lizard now, she could easily run back to about the 2-acre grove that's directly behind her. And well, she would have been a long, gone lost lizard. And we can't forget Zeno and Xena's little friends, the 2 cherry head tortoises. Now, these cherry heads are gonna get their own pen. They're gonna get a boyfriend very soon. But for now, they're gonna go back in with Zeno and Xena. There's plenty of places for them to have some shade. We're gonna take these 2 little cherry head kids. We're gonna put them right on in. There you go, kids. Have fun in there. And that, my friends, is going to end today's episode. I hope all of you did enjoy watching day 2, part 2. There's probably gonna be a part 3 coming because we still have some more stuff to bring over. Guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please make sure to go give this video a thumbs up. Make sure to go comment down below what you thought of today's move, how you think the farm is coming along, this new farm slash zoo. And guys, if you are not subscribed already, you enjoy the content, you want to see more turtles, tortoises, tigers, lions, monkeys, and all kinds of crazy animals, well, what are you waiting for? Go right now and hit that subscribe button and tap that little notification bell, and you all will be notified whenever I post.